it's Kayla from Kayla Crochet Love, and welcome to episode 17. If you are new to my channel, I would like to invite you to subscribe. It is greatly appreciated. If you are returning, welcome back. It's always nice to see you here. You can find me pretty much everywhere else on the internet, Facebook, Instagram, Ravelry, Kayla Crochet Love, and as usual, I will link that all down below. Hi everybody. So I'm just coming up here. I'm going to try and make this a little bit quick. Things have been crazy around my neck of the woods lately. We just had a long weekend. Canada Day was July 1st. So I work retail and it was insane. So we're just kind of winding down, but this week and next week, not necessarily with work, but it's going to be crazy. One of my best friends is getting married next weekend, and I am in the wedding party, so there's a lot to do. But I wanted to pop up here and show you guys what I've been working on, which isn't a whole lot, but I wanted to share with you guys what I have. That way the next episode isn't an hour or two long. First, if you notice, I'm in a little bit of a different area. I'm on a different chair. I have been switching my craft rooms around. I'm not going to go into too much details, but we just decided to swap it because I thought the lighting was better in here, and it's just a nicer room. The other room I had, it was a great room. It's just the water pump was in that room, our electrical panel, and it was always so full of my stuff that if anyone had to go in there, sometimes they had trouble. So I figured we'll move it. Anyways, so that's why we're in here. Once I'm done setting up, I may do a little tour again since I showed you my old craft room. But it's not really that different than the other room. Just paint and setup, and I don't have my rocking chair in here because I have different shelves and everything, and so yeah, we will just go with it for now. So I will start by showing you guys my finished projects. Sorry, I needed a drink of coffee. I am exhausted. So I don't have a whole lot to show you guys. But I've been more or less, I haven't had any inspiration lately until today, and I will explain that after. But I haven't had much inspiration. Even for my square, it took me forever to come up with something for June, and June just flew by. So I actually just finished my recording for that yesterday, so if you want to check that out, that's on my channel. So that's for my square month I've been doing. So it took me forever to just figure something out for that. My one finish is something I've been working on for a little while, and I've shown you guys once, I believe. Yeah, so the first thing I'll show you though today is just my square. So, whoops. It's not really, the camera doesn't do it justice. And the color, this is like a fuchsia and it's showing up more of like a pink, I guess. Like a lighter pink. But anyway, I don't know if I can get you to, it's very bright anyways. So I ended up doing, basically I started off with a regular granny square, and instead of doing clusters of trebles, or of doubles, I did puff stitches instead. So I just thought it gave it a nice look. It's a little wonky because I haven't blocked it. I haven't blocked any of them yet though. So yeah, there's that square. And again, I apologize for it being late. Like I said, June just flew by. It was a crazy busy month. But I'll talk more about that at a later date. But yeah, this is done and I do like it. I can't remember the yarn I used for it. It was just one I found at Walmart while I was out shopping with my husband. But all the information for that is on the video for the tutorial. So there's that. I'll show you up close one more time. I will tell you though, it's shedding. It's very soft, but it's shedding. So we'll see how that goes. And the only other finished project I have is the little shrug I was making for my friend, and it's going to be really hard to show you guys. I tried to take a picture on my mannequin here, but that's a plus size, and my friend is not a plus size. She's quite petite, so but here it is. Let's see if I can hold it up a certain way for you guys to get the idea. So it's just, I made the sleeves long. And one thing I hadn't thought about when I chose this yarn, so I used Caron Cotton Cakes. I'm not sure of the colorway. I don't think I have the ball band. I don't. Sorry, I have fluff in my mouth. One thing I didn't think about, because I thought, oh, that'll be great, because it'll make a nice color pattern. So it's good for the back, but when it came to doing the sleeves, I ended up having to cut the colors so that they would match. So that was a bit of a pain in the butt, but I just think it looks better this way, so they're nice and symmetrical. But yeah, I'm happy with the way it turned out. I still don't know if it fits her. Of course, she's in the final. Like my friend said, it's crunch time. So she hasn't had a chance to try it on, so I'm hoping I can get to her before the wedding. But if not, if it doesn't fit, it's not the end of the world. It's just something I offered to do anyway, since she's having an outdoor wedding. So yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. It's cute. Yeah. And this isn't exactly, it's not a pattern. What I did is I modified a bit of a pattern that I had used to make a few other shrugs. And I believe it's a pattern on the Crochet Crowd or Yarn Inspirations. I'll have to see if I can find it and I'll link it down below. But it starts with a modern granny square and you just keep going. And then, oh sorry, that was my phone. And then, hang on, my husband's texting me. Anyways, so I didn't tell him I was coming downstairs to record my episode, so he's wondering where I am. Anyway, so yeah, you go and you do a granny square. They're supposed to be bigger, but since I just wanted it to be a little shrug, I just made it shorter so you can keep going so it's nice and loose. But the sleeves, I did the sleeves differently than they are called for, because I think it was just double crochets, but I wanted it to be the same stitch for the whole thing other than around here and around here. So I modified it, but I used that pattern as inspiration, so I will link it down below. Like I said, if I can find it. I've linked it a bunch of times on other videos because it's so easy and the outcome I find is really pretty. So I've used it a few times. I made my mom a shrug, I made myself 2 shrugs, and then I had started another one for someone else that turned out didn't end up wanting it or something. I don't know. I never heard back from them. So I had started it and I ended up finishing it off smaller, but you guys have seen that one too. But yeah, so we'll see, and when I get her to try it on or on her wedding day, depending, because this isn't something she's wearing in the wedding, it's just for her to wear after if it gets chilly that night. I might be able to get a picture of her wearing this and her wedding dress, but we'll see. Regardless, I will try and get a picture of her wearing it to see how it looks. So, but it folds up nicely because it's so small. It folds up just like that. So yeah, that's finished project number 2, and that is my final finished project. Like I said, I haven't been working on much. I was pretty committed to finishing that little shrug and my square, which I'll have to already start thinking about my square for July, because I feel really bad for letting that drag so long, but I tried, guys. I just keep looking around because everything's, I'm in a different location and everything. I keep thinking I have more to show you guys for projects, but I don't. I also don't have a table set up here yet to put projects on, so if you see me leaning down, it's because I have to get them off the floor. So the other thing I have been working on, it's in my nice Fibermancy bag. I love her bags. You've heard me talk about her before, but I like how they're clear so you can see what project's in here. And I will try and link to her website. She has awesome bags. But anyways, I had bought this yarn a while ago. So I had made a hat with this yarn. And this is Dragon Strings yarn in the color Unicorn Sneezes. It's a fingering weight yarn. I had made a hat with that during the winter. And I had some left, so I wasn't sure what I wanted to make with it. I didn't know if I wanted to buy another skein of that color because they are hand dyed. The colors won't be exactly the same. So what I decided to do was I went to my local yarn store who carries her yarn, and I found this color. Sorry, there's cat hair and stuff. And it's kind of hard to tell because of the lighting, but it's like a light green, blue, and gray kind of thing. The lighting's not great. I don't know if I can get it better for you guys. I don't think that's helping at all. Anyways, so I found this one, and this is also by Dragon Strings, but it's in the colorway Twisted. Oops. And what I was gonna do, my first plan was I was going to combine the two and make a shawl of some kind, a little shawlette, kind of like what's behind here, and stripe in this one with this one, because I think the same colors that are in here are kind of present in here, so I thought it worked. So it had been sitting in my stash for a few months, so I decided that I wanted to knit another set of socks instead. And I've been watching Hannah from Cozy Cottage Crochet and she makes socks all the time because I guess she's hosting a cow. I'm not sure if it's her, but anyways, she makes socks all the time, and I love all her socks, and I love the color combinations she does, things that I never would have thought of doing. So I figured, why not try this, but in a sock? It's not perfect at all. I have only knit one pair of socks before, and I was doing them 2 at a time with the magic loop. And it was good doing that, but it took forever, it seemed, because you're doing it magic loop, and 2 at a time was a lot to handle because you had to deal with yarn twisting. And so anyways, I'm using the same pattern. I don't remember the name of the pattern. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm not sure what the pattern is. I don't even know if I could Google it. But I think I have it written down somewhere. If I find it, I will link it down below as well. So it's for a knitted pair of socks. I haven't gotten far at all. This is just something I wanted that was mindless to knit on. Just to mindlessly knit on. So I have this much. And I like the looks of it. So I used the unicorn sneezes for the toe. And then I switched to twisted here. The lighting's really not that great. You can see that's a little bit better. So I haven't gotten far at all, but I mean, it took me about, I want to say at least an hour to 2 hours to do just the toe. And the toe, so the toe I did on Magic Loop, and then I switched it over to my 9-inch circulars, my little Chia Goose, which I love. But I had to get used to working with the 9-inch circulars because I'm so used to the my 4-inch length, and these are just, the needles are tiny. They're just 2 inches. So that's how big the needle is. So I had to get used to that. But I'm figuring it out, but my tension is not the greatest. But I mean, you can't even really see it on camera, and you know what? I'm my worst critic. Like, I have a little hole here, but I can sew that up with some needle and thread. I'm not too worried. They're just for me. They're not a gift at all. They're just for me to enjoy. So that is the other thing I've been working on. Although I want to try crocheting some socks eventually. I have a lot of sock yarn and I just keep getting more because I'm drawn to it for some reason. And I know my new friend Nicole, hi Nicole, she crochets socks and they are beautiful. So I am going to look up the patterns that she has recommended, and I might try those. Not anytime soon, because I would like to get these done first, but I would like to try crocheting some socks. I know some people don't like crochet socks, but what's the harm in trying? Like I said, I have a lot of sock yarn. So, ugh, I'm dry. Mouth is dry. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. The only other thing I tend to do is play around with yarn. I have a drawer next to my couch upstairs and it's just full of little scraps of yarn. So I like to grab some and just play around with different stitches, try and come up with stuff. That's how I learn, is by trying different things like that. So yeah, that's what else I've been doing. Other than that, nothing. So, I will show you a few things I have purchased. Well, most of it's from today actually. I went to another town with my mom. Well, it's another city, about an hour away from here. And I had to go to Michael's because I'm making cake next week, and usually I buy it from a store around here, but they are closed for renovation. So I went to Michael's to get all my cake supplies, and guess what? I didn't buy any yarn at Michael's. I was pretty proud of myself. And then we decided to check out a local yarn store, and I may have bought a few things. And I will show you those few things. But first, I want to show you my one acquisition. So you guys know I like to do the subscription boxes for people who hand dye yarn. So I had done Leo and Roxy, and I recently subscribed for a 6-month of the inked sheep fibers. So here's the tag. So last month I received this beautiful hank. So pretty. and I received my, skein for June. It is called Sandcastle. Wicked sheet 4-ply, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards. And it is pretty. It's not a color I would normally buy by picking out when I'm out in the store picking out colors, but it is beautiful. So it is called Sandcastle. And it's kind of showing up brownish on camera, but is definitely more yellow. And it has flecks of colors in it. Try to block my face. And it is so pretty. So I was very pleased with this one as well. Like I said, not a color I would normally pick, but I love it. And so these are the two I've gotten so far. And I could probably make something with the two of these together. I have no idea what I'm going to make with either of them, but I will figure it out eventually. But they're pretty. And honestly, with June flying by so fast, I forgot that I was getting this. So I had gotten a notification on my email saying that my order had shipped, and I was like, what? And then remembering, so it takes a little while from her shipping it to me getting it because she is in the States, but it's totally worth it. Oh, her yarn is so soft and squishy. Oh, I know I do this every time, but it is. So I love it. Show you just the sandcastle. Oh, so pretty. I'm very much a bright colored person. I like my bright colors. So that was one thing. And then today, like I said, I bought some goodies in my bag here. And my mom was with me and she also bought a few things. And the one thing was really cute. I hadn't seen them before. And she bought it, and it's meant to be like, I think like a baby shower gift or something. So it's a plush stuffed animal. This one was a cat, and it comes with a skein of yarn. And you make a blanket and the animal hugs it. Like I said, I think it's meant for baby shower or someone with small kids. Well, she had no idea who she was going to make it for. I told her to make it for me, but she said I have to have a kid first, and that's not going to happen for a little while. Yeah, I should take a picture. It was so cute. But anyways, and she bought another skein. I can't remember what kind, but it was really pretty. It was like black and purple. So the other thing I bought, so I bought her one of these as well. And I had seen someone, I can't remember what Facebook group it was that I was on, but she had shared her scissors, and I'd seen them and I thought they were great. And I went on Amazon to order some, but they were crazy expensive for me to order to Canada, I guess. They were pretty expensive. So when I saw them there, I bought myself a pair and my mom a pair. They're called, so these ones are Hiya Kitty Snips. Yeah, that's pretty much all the information. But they're literally little mini scissors on a keychain, and this one looks like a cat. I don't know if you can tell that it looks like a cat or not. They're cute. They didn't have many colors, so I got green. And they also had one that was an octopus, and they had a few that were the octopus. And so I bought that one for my mom because she likes blue, so I bought her one because she thought they were cute too. Look at these scissors. Like, they're literally to snip little ends and stuff, but oh my goodness. They're the cutest little things ever. I love it. Oh, I can't remember how much I spent on them, but I had been wanting a set, and I know they weren't nearly the same price that I would have had to pay on Amazon. And like I said, I love supporting local businesses, so I was happy to do that. They are so cute though. I don't think they're gonna go on my keys, but they're something I can just easily throw in my notions pouches with my projects instead of my little scissors like I tend to carry that are still at least that big. Now I can just bring this. So yeah, I bought 2 of those and my mom took hers already. So that's the packaging that it came in. Super cute. Okay, and then I purchased 2 more of the Estelle suds because you all know I like to make dishcloths lately, so I might work on that tonight because I like the satisfaction of finishing them. So I've been doing a lot of the primrose dishcloths, and I know, Nicole, you had said you would like the pattern. I did some searching on Ravelry and I believe I found the same pattern that I'm using. So I will link it down below for you. And I think it's just a pattern off of Yarnspirations, so it's a free pattern. So I found it and I decided to buy more. So I picked the orange one, and then I told my mom to pick one, and I already had one like this, but she picked it. So I bought her one too. And I love this cotton. There's 74 meters in one skein, one little ball. And I can get almost 2 full dishcloths from one of these. So, let's show you one more time. And normally I don't go for oranges, but this one stood out to me, so. The next thing I grabbed, I saw it from like across the room and I just went over and I had to get it. I don't know what it was about it that made me want it so bad, because again, not colors I would normally pick, but it is Cascade Yarns 2020 Superwash Air and Splatter. It's 100% superwash merino wool. And there's 150 yards, so I'll probably end up making a hat out of it. So it is red and black splatter. I really wish the lighting was better down here so you guys could see a little better the colors, but you get the idea. It is so pretty and squishy. I don't know what weight it is. I'm gonna say worsted weight because it is a little bit thicker. Aaron's about I think that's about a worsted weight, give or take. I'm still getting familiar with all the names. I just go based on what I think. Well, a lot of the time. No. Usually I try and research what it is first. But I would say that's worsted. Pretty. Yeah. But it is pretty. So pretty. So I got inspired by this to make a hat. And not a horrible price. I mean, for 100% superwash, pretty good price. Less than $20. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's, like I said, it's pure superwash wool. And this one, I debated on this one. Not because of the color and whatnot. The color is why I ended up buying it. My mom kind of convinced me to buy it. But because of the contents, it was a little bit more than I normally spend on yarn. But it's by one of my favorite dyers, which is Dragon Strings, which I just showed you guys some of her yarn. And it's on her new yarn base. So it's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. The name also got me. It is called Violently Feminine. There's 246 yards, and this is a DK weight. And this is the color. Just gotta try and get it better. Oh my goodness, guys. This is definitely my color. Pink is my favorite color. There's some red and some orange color in here too, but I think it's beautiful. And because of the cashmere, it is so soft and squishy. I can't get over it. Cause I had seen this color and I was drawn to it right away. But I was like, oh, it's a little bit more expensive than I usually like to pay. I walked around the store a few more times and I came back to it. And I was like, I don't know. I walked around and went back. My mom's like, just get it. You will make something beautiful with it and it'll be for yourself. And it'll be beautiful and yeah. So I just went for it. And it is so pretty. And I can't remember if I already said, I will try and link to her website down below. Her yarns are beautiful and squishy, and I always love buying some for yarn. And I've met the dyer in person, and she is a wonderful lady. So pretty. I'll show you her label. So that's the label. So yeah, that was my purchases today. I spoiled myself today, but you know what? I've been pretty good at not spoiling myself like that for a little while, and I don't buy yarns unless I know what I'm going to make with them. So that's why when I was at Michael's today and I didn't buy anything, it's because I didn't know what I would make with anything. Whereas both of those, I already have ideas flying through my head. The Dragon Strings one, I have a few ideas. It'll either be a hat, a cowl, one of those two. And the other one's going to be a hat for sure. And of course the Estelle Suds is going to be dishcloth. So yeah, but I needed yarn therapy because it's been an emotional roller coaster of a few months. Nothing bad. I don't want you guys to think anything's wrong. And like I said, I will fill you guys in at a later date. But I'm just trying to keep my life full of positivity lately. And yeah, so yarn helps with that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I feel like I've been rambling. But I will talk to you guys later. Bye.